we are again. This is Nancy Going with Ralph Ennis. And we wanted to take a moment to give you just a quick example of how this process of image and scripture and pairing and questions, how that all works together. So Ralph and I are gonna do a little reflecting together on last Sunday's gospel, which was Jesus heals a centurion servant in Luke 7. Here's the passage. It's a little long. It's 1 to 10. And because of that, I'm going to read just verses 6 to 10. And Jesus went with them. And when he was not far from the house, the centurion sent friends, saying to him, Lord, do not trouble yourself, for I am not worthy to have you come under my roof. Therefore, I did not presume to come to you, but say the word and let my servant be healed. For I too am a man set under authority with soldiers under me, and I say to one, go, and he goes, and another, come, and he comes, and to my servant, do this, and he does it. And when Jesus had heard all these things, he marveled at him, turning to the crowd that followed him, saying, I tell you, not even in Israel have I found one of such faith. And when those who had been sent returned to the house, they found the servant well. So that's verses 6 to 10 of Luke 7. So, Ralph, lead me. We have, as you could see in the photos that started, we have just a whole bunch of images spread out in front of us.
At this stage, I could ask her a variety of questions related to the scriptures before picking an image. Two come to mind very quickly. One is, as you consider the issue of authority, what does that mean to you? And then pick a picture. And then the other is at the end of that passage, Jesus refers to how the centurion, his response was a response of faith.
Yeah.
So I would like to ask you to pick an image that relates to the issue of faith for you. What does faith mean?
And what does that look like?
What does that look like?
Oh, gosh. Okay, so I've got a ton of images here to choose from. And that's always a fun part of this, is almost every time we do this, we've discovered that not giving people just one image, but allowing them to choose an image is a really helpful part of the process. It's a part of automatically speaking into those longings, into my meanings, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
And as she's looking, the way she's looking is what connects with her, not what's the very best image that describes faith, not overthinking it, not going through all the images, but just simply picking one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think the one I'm going to choose is this one. So it's of a construction site, and it says caution construction area. What strikes me about faith, especially today in my life, is that this is something ever changing, always under construction. And that's a part of what Jesus understood about the process of faith, because he understood the centurion's faith as expressing things that the Jewish faith didn't necessarily at that point. Yeah.
Now, there are a ton of follow-up questions that I could ask regarding that particular image and her response to it. Questions like, where do you find yourself in the image? Where would, if you put yourself in that image, where would you put yourself? Where do you find God in that image? What are the emotions that come out as you reflect on where you are? So I'll just ask one of those.
Okay.
Where would you put yourself in that image if you had to?
Wow. Well, as you can see, it's kind of a just the sign and a blank site, and then there's this barn in the background. Yeah, and I think I would put myself right at the fence, looking out. I find myself at this time of a lot of new spiritual expression in some ways. And wanting to kind of not be fenced in by the faith of of my growing up or even my younger self, but wanting to be free to follow God in some whole new ways. Ooh, I didn't even know I was going to go there.
And as you look back at the image and the passage, do you see any connections between what Jesus is talking about, faith, and what you're seeing in the image?
Yeah, my goodness, the way Jesus was calling people to look at that centurion, a man of a different kind of faith, that's really speaking to what I was talking about and didn't even really know it.
Well, that's part of the power of images, to help link life with Scripture and to have this fruitful discussion within ourselves and also with God and with others, to help shape our spiritual transformation journey.
Awesome. Thank you, Ralph. We'll be sharing more exercises like this and want to really help you guys dig into great questions in this process, but wanted to just give you a little glimpse of how powerful and easy this process of pairing images and Scripture can be. Blessings on your day. Bye.